Hmm. Hmm. Test. Test. Is that working on? Uh. 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 Maybe that'll work out a little bit better now. Everything's lower than it should be, though. Let's see. Yep, we're good. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but I kind of have an idea of what happened. But we'll just start from fresh here. Wait, why is there so much sound coming from it, though? There's no gate? There should be a gate there. It's super sensitive right now, though. Okay, whatever. You guys are gonna hear myself breathe today, and I'll try to fix it later on. You can hear Loki over here. Loki, hey, Tori, come here. Come say hi. Good boy. Yeah. So I've been pushing it off, but I finally updated my Streamlabs software, and I think that's having a glitching effect or something like that. Does the audio quality sound okay to you guys right now? That's probably the big question here, because I had to like really up the mic setup here because it seems like, let me actually go down here. Let me go back to 65. It says low, good. Should be okay here. Hopefully you guys can hear what's going on. But anyway, guys, I was going to say welcome back. The goal of today's video is just to do some technical analysis on Bitcoin, break it down because we may be about to break down below that 50-day moving average, 20-week moving average. And then from there, we're probably just going to talk a little bit about the general news of the day. There is some crazy news about Tether, Trump, and E-Trade. The Trump news is a little bit more of a sideshow thing, but it's pretty interesting. And then from there, we can kind of chill for a little bit. Sorry about that. I made a video earlier today and it worked just fine. I guess this new update's just a little bit different. Let me test out one more thing here and just see. Interesting. I used to see everything connected to my audio system, and now it's only showing like one or two things. It's just default instead of all the 6, 7 things I had before. So something's going on with it, but whatever, it's fine now. We're working now, right? So as far as Bitcoin's concerned, an echo. See, exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like something feels off with this information here. Echo maybe from the background. Do I have one speaker or two speakers? Let me turn off the desktop audio just in case it's doing that, plus that audio here. Maybe that'll work out a little bit more here. Okay. I'll try to figure it out for tomorrow, but I'm not entirely sure what the heck is going on with this sucker here. I have filters on this thing. I have a gain boost on it. Now I wonder if it nothing else besides that. We'll see. If the echo's still going, let me know. Sounds good? Okay. Well, I'll keep moving forward then. The big story of this week, guys, and I know we touched on it yesterday and stuff like that. Are we going to break down below the 20-week moving average this week? And if so, how much further do we go along? I'll try to figure out the echo later on. I mean, I also do have music playing in the background. So let me see if that music goes away. Maybe that helps out. You can see the not the script, but whatever it is, that's stuff you read, right? Big point I want to make sure that you guys understand. Bitcoin most likely will break down below the 20-week moving average today. It's going to be a little bit more chaotic. I know it's going to suck. We've been in this bearish mood for a minute here. We already know that everything is bearish, bearish, bearish. How bad do things go? The last time everything was bearish, 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 we saw Bitcoin have a nasty move down, and then we managed to bounce up and have a crazy move. It's all about that base. Maybe I should do the equalizer reset. Compressor, like everything is probably off now because of the way the audio was set up. It's gonna sound kind of weird with the microphone, but let's see. Hopefully that helps out a little bit there. I can always go back to whatever settings I had before. Okay. Now, if we do break down, Bitcoin will most likely start coming back down anywhere between this $107,000 mark where we have that first level of support. And if things get worse, we might come all the way back down here towards like 98,850. I'll be surprised if Bitcoin goes down below No treble. um, I'll be surprised. Well, I don't know. Let me know if this audio sounds good or not, because normally I have it set to those settings. Oh, okay, good. Because, dude, I'm a very dense human being. Probably from all my times of trading and stuff like that. Can I hit like Control Z and change it? Nah, those settings I found on Reddit. I'll put them back later on. But there's a good chance we probably fall down somewhere around this Fibonacci level of around $104,000. If we hit anywhere close to $104,000, I will start doing some dollar cost averaging, okay? But the big thing is, are we going to break down below that 20-week moving average? The last time we broke down below it, it wasn't a true breakdown because we opened above it and closed, we closed above it and opened below it, and we didn't actually have that cross down, all right? So I was very confused by this, and not so much confused, but just like, okay, I guess that's a loophole that we can have a nice little boom. We managed to go up a little bit because of the rate cuts, and now the technicals are taking back over, and those technicals are just going to absolutely annihilate us because we're still bearish here. That means Bitcoin can have a really nasty week, and of course, we can go higher and stuff like that. One of the things that kind of made Bitcoin a little bit worse off today was the fact that Jerome Powell came out and he was like, yada, 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 and it wasn't very dovish type of statements he was making. He was saying the market appears to be overpriced and stuff, and I was like, mother, blah, 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 you get the F out of here now. Like, stop messing with the market. Like, honestly, talk about inflation, talk about how you fucked that up, talk about the jobs market, talk about how you kept rates high too long, admit to your mistakes, then you can go criticize everybody else as far as, people putting money into the markets, right? People forget that he printed out so much money into the system. That's why there's so much money on the sidelines that are still pushing the stock market up to this day, because of all the money he freaking printed into the system. So, man. Okay, now as far as the overall market, you guys can see everything went down. Say the Dow Jones, S&P, NASDAQ, Russell 2000, VIX, everything was down. It wasn't down so much, but you saw S&P down 0.5%, the Dow Jones only down 0.19, the Russell down 0.24, and the NASDAQ down almost 1%. So the NASDAQ was the one that was taking a little bit more of a hit today, I would say, okay? Now, one of the news things that I was hearing about today was this. Tether reportedly seeks a lofty $500 billion valuation and capital raise. So, I mean, they're aiming for some big money for Tether. And I like this because I like Tether. I don't use USDC too much, but I like Tether. One of the things I've been doing lately is I've been holding a lot of cash in Coinbase, and it's been giving me USDC every day as far as like staking and whatnot, like interest rates, right? And it's been very nice, and it compounds and it does all this cool stuff for you and things like that. But I'm over here looking like, what am I going to do with USDC? I don't use USDC. Every time I move money over from a trading exchange over to Coinbase or to somewhere else, it's always Tether. I have never moved USDC over unless I am just selling USDC, right? Never have I done that. Never have I even gotten a payment from an exchange or a Ledger Nano or any Bitcoin conference. Never have I ever gotten a payment in USDC. I just don't use it. I'm a Tether guy, so when I'm looking at the news, I'm looking at a lot more of this. But check this out. The deal could ultimately value Tether at around $500 billion, according to the report. That would mean crypto giant's valuation would rival some of the world's biggest private companies, including SpaceX and OpenAI. Right? OpenAI's fundraising around earlier this year valued the tech company at $300 billion. So stablecoins are a hot commodity right now. So the news doesn't talk about it as much as I think they should, because again they can only talk about so much, right? They clip it a few seconds here. This is a story that you guys should be aware of, because it just means we're going to be doing so much better here down the road as far as like the blockchain technology, Bitcoin, those really good tokens that are like actual businesses. Makes me feel comfortable buying into them for the long term, as well as when the market's crashing and burning. Whenever that happens, I'm going to be buying more into them, of course. Okay, another piece of news here. This is Ryan Ruth tried to stab himself with a pen after guilty verdict in the Trump assassination attempt. This is not the guy from the first Trump assassination. This is the one from the second Trump assassination, where Trump was golfing and this guy was pointing a gun, but he couldn't get a good shot. So one of the security guys saw him and he kind of booked it, right? It looks kind of crazy, but after he was found guilty, he tried to stab himself with a pen. Apparently he didn't really succeed there. But I thought that was pretty interesting. And the last little bit of news here was the E-Trade is adding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana in Morgan Stanley's crypto expansion. So E-Trade will let clients trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana in 2026, marking Morgan Stanley's entry into the cryptocurrency market with zero hash support. This is what you want to see here, guys. Again, more access to buy cryptocurrencies, more people buying cryptocurrencies. This is what you want to see to have a really nice rally. More liquidity, more access to the market will make things a lot easier. And hey, Oko, welcome to the Market Mover class. I appreciate you a lot, my man. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I just put out a members video, I think yesterday, and I'll have a new one coming out tomorrow, which you will enjoy. It's basically on how to build your own crypto portfolio from scratch if you have a certain amount of money. Now it's like $500. No, it's like $10 versus $100 versus $10,000 versus $100,000 versus $1 million, stuff like that, like in multiples, right? So that'll be coming out, I think, tomorrow or Thursday. I don't know if I want to edit it or not, but I think I'm probably just gonna record and post it for you guys tomorrow evening so you guys can enjoy it. So thanks, Oko, for joining in there. Coinbase won't let me stake my Ethereum because I live in California. Is there a way around that? I don't think so for Coinbase. Coinbase is kind of brutal in that respect. I don't even stake anything on Coinbase, so I don't actually know. I basically just get interest because I started using my Coinbase account as a wallet, like a bank. So I have like, at any given moment, like a few $100 in there, and I just have like an Apple Card with my Coinbase account on it, and it just pays for stuff if I'm in a kind of a rush. That's the only real reason I have money in there right now. I'm not entirely sure. There might be a way, but I doubt it unless you want to go the VPN route. That might be a best thing. But I think doesn't Coinbase get your ID now and they kind of know where you live, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. I think I actually just got a message the other day saying we need to verify your social security information. And I was like, oh, okay, for like, we got updates and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, so I don't think so, unless you want to go down the VPN route. You can always stake it on other exchanges. Maybe you want to do no, they're not exchanges that I think I'd prefer to stake on. Like I work with a bunch of exchanges, but I don't really stake on them. Coinbase maybe is staking, but crypto.com is probably going to have the same exact rule, right? So there's probably no reason to move any money over there. You got puts on Tesla for January 16th. Oh man, that's going to be a fun one right there. I don't see really much value in Tesla as much as I used to because of Elon Musk kind of getting involved with stuff like politics and kind of messing up the brand a little bit. I think when it comes to the AI and the robotics, I think it should be a little bit better, and like the self-driving taxis and stuff. But I don't know how much sympathy the market's going to give him in order to keep on working towards those things. Yeah, I'd probably be more bearish on Tesla myself. Also, I just don't like Tesla because I suck at trading Tesla, so I never really do any puts and calls on Tesla anymore. Coinbase released USDC on-chain lending up to 10.8%. Oh, damn. Yeah, that's a lot right there. I don't know, like here, like again, I only have like a few $100 on my Coinbase account, but I'm looking at it right. Well, I'm about to pull it up here. Coinbase. How much money do I got in here? I got $286 in here, and it says 4.5% APY, and it says lifetime earnings since I started doing this. Oh, I can get USDC back, and get Bitcoin back, Ethereum back, or Stellar back. Oh, might as well just do Bitcoin. Yeah, why would I get USDC back? Jesus. But I've earned about $6 over the past like 2 weeks of me just using my cash account. So it's not terrible, right? $6 for just, because it compounds daily. So it's actually really nice. But yeah, as far as like Ethereum and stuff like that, I've never tried. I don't even know how great the interest is for staking Ethereum on Coinbase. I wouldn't imagine it's going to be crazy, but I like if I was going to stake, I would stake a lot more during the bear market after the worst has been seen. And like imagine 2023, that's when I start staking, because then I'm like, oh, okay, I get my few percent back on Ethereum or Bitcoin, whatever. I know I can sell that and make some profit. Especially if your Bitcoin's at $100,000, you get like 3% back. Oh shit! All of a sudden, damn, that's actually some good money for you, right? But I feel like exchanges haven't been giving you as much money as they have in the past. Like if I go to Binance, I know. Earn. So USDC 4.2 to 7.5. Tether is 4.2 to 11.5. Ethereum 183%. Like, what the heck is that? Dual investment. What is dual investment? Principal protected. Solana is 150. So this dual investment thing is interesting. I wonder. Hold on. Chat GPT. Oh yeah, I just bought a shit ton of stuff for salads. That's literally why I was 1 minute late. Bought so much stuff for salad. I'm gonna have some great salads this week, even steak salads. Okay, give me a second. What is dual investment? I'll get me some of my grape drink here. On Binance, dual investments is one of those structured earning products. It lets you earn higher yields on Ethereum or other tokens by committing your crypto to a dual currency contract. Here's how it works specifically with Ethereum. You deposit Ethereum or USTD or USDC depending on the product. You choose the target price and settlement date. At settlement, depending on Ethereum's market price relative to your target price, you either earn returns in Ethereum or you earn returns in USDD or the paired stablecoin. So you're essentially betting on whether Ethereum will be above or below your chosen target at expiry. You commit one Ethereum into dual investment product, target price $3,500, settlement date 14 days from now, annual yield offered say 12%. If Ethereum is above $3,500 at settlement, your Ethereum is sold at the target price and you get USDD plus back the yield. If Ethereum is below the $35 at settlement, you keep your Ethereum and you receive the yield in Ethereum. Okay, I understand, but that's just more confusing. So, benefits are high yields compared to flexible savings and staking. Multiple strategies: sell high, earn yield, and possibly sell Ethereum at your chosen price. Buy low, earn yield, and possibly acquire Ethereum at a discount. No principal guarantee. You may end up holding Ethereum when you wanted USDT or vice versa. Your Ethereum could be sold at target price. Even if Ethereum goes higher, you miss extra upside. Less liquid. Your funds are locked until the settlement. Okay. I think it's okay, but I don't like to have my stuff locked, right? Interesting. BNB, same thing. On-chain yields and dual investment. I don't know too much about that. You guys know I work with BYDFi, Femex, all those exchanges right now. So BYD, see markets, buy crypto, gift, no trading bots, grid, futures grid, spot margin tail, trading bots. Assist to earn, team up, grab rewards. That doesn't seem like an earning program. Yeah. There's nothing there. Okay, so let's go to weeks. We launch promotions. Copy trade spot. No, I think the ones in America aren't allowed to do the same type of earn products if they're like leveraged exchanges and whatnot. So we'll see. But I don't know too much about it. One of my buddies and I started at Tesla. Started with Tesla at sold shares. He's been getting for free at for 160K today. Oh wow, 160K. That's a pretty nice return right there. Oh, just fun fact about Bitcoin. You can kind of see it making a push down right now. What I'll probably do is go over here to this Bitcoin chart, hide all the other moving averages. We'll put this on to the weekly. We'll go over here to the 50-minute chart. And you can see, you can kind of imagine Bitcoin's bouncing around that moving average right now. So we're pretty close to having a really nasty day. So please be careful for the next few days, guys. I would probably say we're heading down for a nasty move. Maybe Jerome Powell comes out and says something very dovish that makes us pop. But right now we're pretty darn bearish, and right now Bitcoin's probably going to break down below $110,000. So you're probably going to see people get pretty pissed off or bored or something like that for the next few days. You may even see influencers finally start to say, "Oh, we're going down." I've been talking about Bitcoin going down for weeks here, but I was a lone voice because I'm often a lone voice when it comes to technicals and stuff like that. I think because I'm more of like a horizon, a big guy. Like, I know things can get choppy in the short term because we did get choppy. We went up a little bit, right? But then like technicals always pull you back to reality. So I think this is going to be fun to watch here over the next few days to see if Bitcoin really does take that next lunge down, because then I'll feel comfortable buying up a lot of stuff. Right, if you go over today, you know, Bitcoin's only down 0.5%, Ethereum's only down 0.26. It's nothing compared to like yesterday and how bad that was. We got Aster going up, OG, Zcash, Pump, Cake, Mantle, Sky, Sonic, Aave, BNB. There are things moving up today, and they're moving up quite well. Then you got a lot of stuff like IP down 12, Meme Coin down 11. Again, they're still fine for the last 30 days, don't get me wrong. Except for World Limited Financial, that thing is a piece of trash. I haven't wanted to buy that because I don't know how. I don't think they're gonna make that much money. I'll be interested to see, but I can imagine Democrats take control in the House in 2026, right? And they just investigation, and sure, there won't be much governing, but they'll be holding people accountable, which will drive the cryptocurrency market nuts, I'm sure. But yeah, so keep an eye on all that good stuff happening. Let me go back over here, put these back on, and let's go back over here to this. Back to chart. There you go. Yeah, because Bitcoin's just not too happy right now. Not too happy at all. Shorts on Hut 8 mining? That could probably work out. Let me see. I haven't checked this company in a long time, but... Have they made any updates? So I got a message from Wells Fargo. Never mind. I mean, I love websites that do this, but at a certain point, I want to get to where I'm looking for. Let's see. There you go. Oh, Hut 8. Okay, there we go. Oh, there we go. Hit the bottom. In the news. Well, damn, it's already down 6% today. Ooh, man. Yeah. Probably not a horrible idea. I mean, I think you already know this, but in case anybody wants to hop in there with Larry, please be careful if you do any puts on this, because the implied volatility is just going to be out of this world. Going to be out of this world here for the implied volatility. I want to see actually if SEC filings. Let me see. Let's see. So I'm sending a message here. Oh, let me go over here to a September 11th initial statement of beneficial ownership of securities. No. I guess we can probably do the PDF here. Oh, nothing really there? Okay, that's fine. Well, where's their good report? And put to security holders. I don't see what I'm looking for here, which is kind of confusing, to be honest. Huh. Oh well. Not my cup of tea, as you guys know, so I think you're probably good shorting. Like, what is MicroStrategy doing right now? MicroStrategy is Do I have it on my stock list here? Microsoft. Let me just go over here to MSTR. Let's go to all. Yeah, this sucker dropped down a little bit today. Dropped down 2.5%, coming down like Bitcoin. You know, if I was to buy puts, I'd probably buy them on MicroStrategy. But again, the implied volatility is going to be pretty nasty. You could already see we had a death cross between the 20 and the 50, then the 20 and the 200. And over the next week or so, you are going to see a death cross between the 50 and the 200 here. So I might even be anticipating a little bit more of a drop. And during that drop, if you guys haven't been able to buy any up yet, you may actually be looking for that. You got a pretty strong level of support down here at $231. Sorry, making sure my dog's not behind me. I don't think it's going to come down anywhere that close, but you could see Bitcoin come down quite a bit. Remember that move that we're looking at right there, you can go back and find out what exactly was happening on the Bitcoin charts. That wasn't a pleasant experience, I guess, during the tariff battles of 2025. But this could be an opportunity to buy some here, especially since it's already pretty close to some of those old support levels. Move up my microphone since it's having so many issues today. And we were talking about Tesla. Honestly, right now is a great opportunity to sell Tesla. I don't think it needed to go up that high. I think people are just kind of scared, the shorts involved, so they just got out while they could. If you go over here to the weekly charts, I mean, we haven't looked at Tesla in freaking a long time here because I hold it. I just don't do much trading with it anymore. This type of volatility is all over the place, and whenever it's spiking, it always just makes sense to try to sell some and take some of the profit, right? Let me go back over here very fast. I mean, ExxonMobil still doing fine. You know, this is my largest oil stock right now because you guys already know I sold out of Schlumberger and things like this because they just weren't able to hold those support levels. And this example was right back over here. There you go, right around there. And you guys know my PXD got bought up by Exxon, so I just kind of have a bunch of Exxon I don't know what to do with. And right now it's giving certain dividends, but like DVN, Chevron, they really haven't been able to make those really oil seductive moves, I guess you would call them. ConocoPhillips, they're going down. Well, for some reason, ExxonMobil really seems to be holding ground quite well. Now, the reason I'm a little bit concerned is you can see that 200 moving average starting to creep in there a little bit. And as that gets closer and closer, that's a level of support. If we don't see oil prices go up in a way that would justify ExxonMobil having a higher share price, I think we're probably going to see ExxonMobil start to crater a little bit here, especially as the jobs market's getting worse and people are getting a little bit more hesitant about all of that. There's just so many crossing currents, let's say that, because we're cutting rates going into a bad economy, but also going with higher inflation. So everybody's a little bit more weirded out by it. Let me pull it back a little bit. What has oil actually been doing here the last few days? COVID will always be a stain on anybody who looks at oil prices. There we go. Yeah. Oil's been pretty stable here over the last few weeks. Back over here, I believe this was when Israel was doing some stuff with Iran and whatnot. That was a short-term spike, but nothing really happened afterwards. Let me, how would I want to do this? Let's go with the AAA gas. This could help out a little bit here. Sorry for the long drinks, guys. I'm dehydrated today. There we go. Washington, 460 average. Oregon's 420. California. Dude, we're creeping up on California prices. This is so depressing, guys. You have no idea. 350. Look at that. Oh my God. Under $3. It's a miracle. You know what I mean? Texas, you guys have no idea how crazy it is in Washington. So let me go over to Washington's prices for gas very fast. So a week ago it was 466, so it's down a little bit. A month ago it was 440, though, so we're higher than that. And a year ago it was 410. Yeah, gas prices are going up despite. Well, we've had tax increases here, but still. Okay. Let me back out of this here very fast because. No, I think the Washington state economy is still doing okay overall. I know there's been people getting laid off and stuff like that, but I still think overall we're still in a decent spot, right? Tesla and crypto like sisters, tell me about it, right? You got puts at 20 for January 16. Yep, see? My girlfriend is tuning in. Hello, Wilder's girlfriend. Happy to see you. Bro, haven't seen you in like 4 years. Dang, how I've been? I've been good, man. It's been kind of steady here at the channel and stuff like that. I've really just been trading, making my money, relaxing and stuff like that as much as I can. I've been working a bunch. I'm building a website, or I'm having a website built for me. It's bare bones right now, but since you haven't been in here for a minute, my goal is to have this website be Investopedia for crypto. So this is the crypto manual. As you can see, it's very bare boned. It's being built out bit by bit. But if you go over here to Investopedia, the goal is it to be something like this, but instead of having stocks, bonds, ETFs, options, commodities, trading, automated investing, brokers, fundamental analysis, markets, all that, I think all I'm going to do is just have cryptocurrency, maybe bonds, and then ETFs, and then trading perhaps. But trading is only going to be in respect to the cryptocurrency. Bonds are only going to be in respect of how bonds affect the cryptocurrency markets. So that's kind of the goal here. I want to take all of their audience that is in crypto and move it over to me, because crypto is not their priority here, right? Major stock stuff, Nvidia, AI, gold, Micron, AutoZone, Firefly, OECD, excuse me, Boeing, Uzbekistan, the Fed, right? Financial products. I don't want to sell you guys a CD. I don't think CDs are really all that good, to be honest. You know, you could have like 4.5% for a top CD for 1 year, or you could go to Coinbase and just be like, yeah, let me get that 4.5%, and I don't have to lock my money in, and it gets paid out every day, and I can reinvest it to get even more money, so it compounds. Doesn't crypto just seem a little bit better than a CD? That's how I'm thinking about it now. But yeah, so the goal is to take this. I'm not going to have an ad on the front page because that doesn't even fit the page, right? I'm not going to have an ad on the front page, but everything is going to be crypto related. Articles, blogs, newsletters, courses, and then I'm going to have a pro version on the website. That pro version of the website is going to be just like Into the Cryptoverse. You know, Benjamin. And then from here, I'm going to have all this stuff, but instead of charging $49 a month, I'm going to charge $25 a month or something. Instead of $99 a month, I'm going to charge $50 a month, and it's going to be like 80% of what you see from this, 80% of what you get from here, and you're just going to pay like half the price. So you get 80%, but you're also losing 50% of the cost. So I'm hoping that'll kind of get some of the people that want to sign up to sign up. So I'm making a big investment push from myself and the channel to really get this company moving here, and I think it's going to work out very, very well. It's just more of, it's a time consuming process. It's a process where you have to spend money to do all this stuff. However, I got a great guy doing my website, so like I just know it's going to turn out great. So by the time 2026 rolls around, I think everything should be done. But like imagine there's like 4,000 cryptocurrency articles next year. Imagine like 3,000 blog posts. Imagine a newsletter every other day, or maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, or something like that. I don't know. But like newsletters, premium newsletters, Telegram newsletters, all like a bunch of stuff. I want to be a resource hub where if you're new to crypto, you've been in crypto for a while, or you're an expert, you can go there and find your information. So like most crypto people in the new, like, hey, what is Bitcoin? How do I trade Bitcoin? What are the best exchanges? What are the best wallets? Should I do cold storage versus hot storage? Those types of questions. When you're intermediate one, you're like, okay, which exchanges have the best fees for so-and-so? What about these meme coins, putting them into my portfolio? How can I build a structured portfolio that starts off with like $50,000, a little more advanced, right? Then the advanced ones can be like, okay, I have $1 million that I need to put into an account. How do I find the best account that's going to give me the best fee structures? And then I'd probably have some type of service where I'd help them I would negotiate on it to exchanges on their behalf and say, hey, this person wants to go over to this exchange. I want them to get a VIP 8 level here. So they're paying basically almost no fees. But because they're spending so much money trading, of course they're paying fees, but not as many as they would be, right? So there's going to be a whole bunch of different aspects going forward of that, you know, so I'm super excited, but it's a process. It's a process. And what's been happening with me is I've been so stressed about it that, man, I've just been kind of all over the place these last few weeks. And I think today is probably one of the first days where I got caught up with the work, you know? So today I put out a video. Not many of you guys watched it, and I completely understand because it is a pretty boring topic, but I'm going to be putting out these little tidbits of news. I put out this video about Google's stablecoin plan. So Google's moving into the stablecoin environment with AI payments. That's going to be kind of fun. I made a video for the members here. I think that was from yesterday. Yeah. Then the best day trading strategy. This one's getting picked up all of a sudden. You're seeing the views kind of go up a little bit more. I'm going to see if it's actually able to take off. It's going to be a slow grind. All of my videos are slow grinds, but you know, you give them a few days, whatever, they start to go along, go higher, then they slow down, then they go higher and higher and higher. I'm chill with that right now. And I'm going to be doing some more strategies. So I think overall things are working out pretty great. Happy to see you back, my man. It's been a long time since the Dogecoin days. And what's crazy is a lot of you guys have stuck with me for like 4 or 5 years, right? And that's why I always try to do a lot of this stuff. So what I'm going to be doing here when the website gets done, which again, I'm expecting it to be done by the end of the year, but it's going to take time, right? So what I want to do is, because I know I'll have less than like maybe 50 members on the channel or something like that, what I think I want to do is for members, I want them to be put on a special list where they can get like free access to the tiered membership, you know, the paid one or whatever. So I want to see if I can like do benefits and stuff like that. And oh, I forgot to do it today, but I'll do it tomorrow for you guys. You guys know that I have that trading journal. I found one that I've had for a while, and I'm going to start giving this to you guys again. So you can do the buy date, the sell date for the trading journal, the ticker, number of shares that you bought, the leverage, the price target, the opening price, the stop loss, the closing price, the profit loss, and it'll do all the math for your profit loss, your total profit, your capital gains taxes, your net profit and loss. And then if you do some type of trading strategy, what you guys can do is do this and say, hey, I was trading because I saw an ascending triangle or a flag or something. And then when you actually do that, it'll have on this dashboard here, it'll say, oh yeah, you're very successful at trading ascending triangles. So maybe if you want to put money into those, you can put a little bit more money, or you can just put money in there at the beginning. Because when you first start trading, of course, you're not really looking at the monetary aspect of like you putting money into the market. You're more of saying, oh, I need to practice with demo trading when it comes to day trading. That way I don't lose my own funds. Because I lost like $10,000 before I started really being okay at trading. And now I have my strategies and whatnot, but that's because, well, you guys know I have ADHD, and that ADHD, it's great for trading. It's not great for other aspects of your life, you might imagine. But let me go back over here to the 50-minute chart. I would say overall the channel's doing good. I'm getting more views and stuff like that, but I'm really doubling down into the trading strategies and working out how to add different strategies together. So I have about 20 strategy videos on my channel. I'm going to start linking them together to find out different ways to monetize that for you guys, and also just helping you guys figure out the best way for your own trading strategies. Like, for example, I don't know if I still have it set up here, but remember I made that trading strategy for you guys the other day. Here, go to the one, the test. I just showed it to you guys. The best day trading strategy with 95% win rate. Let's get this. There you go. And go over to Bitcoin, right? Well, right now, we're seeing a bullish crossover. Momentum isn't there, but the MACD is there. You might have an opportunity to see a nice little reversal here for tomorrow. I'm skeptical because, again, this MACD is, you know, the RSI, it's well after the crossover happened here. But the last time we had the crossover was, oh God, we haven't had it happen in a minute. Was way back over here. No, the RSI wasn't there. There we go. No, that wasn't there either. Oh my gosh. It's been a minute since we've been bullish. Okay, bullish. There you go. And that took off. Oh my God, it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. I guess we've been bearish for a while here. I mean, I guess, yeah, we've been talking about us being bearish, but what if I applied other strategies on top of this one, right? So like, what if I found a way for us to use this strategy, but being like shorting instead of longing? That's the type of stuff I want to do. And hey, Steve, thank you very much for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate you. Been a long time, Mike. Hope your family is doing well. Sister's doing great. She's up in college. Grandparents are doing great. I'm doing good. I have a birthday coming up on Monday, and then I'm going to be smoking with some friends this Friday, which I'm really excited for. Well, you guys have known me long enough to know that I really didn't have friends back in 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. Only 2024, I actually really started getting some friends. I remember I used to be streaming for hours with you guys because I had no friends. Like, how should I say this? I have friends, just none of them really happen to live in this country. I mean, in this state. My friends I talk to and text on the regular are usually, like back then, were like Philadelphia, California, Texas, and New York. Not even an Oregon guy, right? So, now I just really talk to my friend in Philadelphia, and I have a bunch of friends I talk to on the daily here, but it's just a different type of thing. And what I want to do here is I'm going to be changing up my streaming patterns here in a little bit, which will be pretty fun, Steve. I'm going to be trying to stream Saturday mornings, like from 11 o'clock, like midday Eastern close, but like 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock, I want to do a 3-hour stream every Saturday, and I'll be taking Fridays off beforehand, so I should be able to get some good rest and then stream and hang out with you guys, which would be fun. But yeah, I've been just kind of going out and doing a lot more stuff. Even over the last few weeks, I was talking to a friend about this. I had kind of felt like I was getting into a little bit of a rut with my life. So what was happening was I was going to the same place every freaking day. So it'd be work, smoke, work, smoke, work, smoke. Now it's still work, smoke, work, smoke, work, smoke. But now what I'm doing is I'm going to like a couple places in Lakewood. I'm going to a place in, I guess, Midland, another place in Midland. I'm going to downtown Tacoma tonight. So I'm moving around a little bit more so I don't feel as stale. Because now that my sister's out for college, for the summer, now I'm like, God, I gotta go do something now. I can't just stay in the same thing. And that's why I've been playing outside with Loki and whatnot. I've been playing my music on the nice TV, although it's some nice music. You guys can't hear it. And it's a song none of you guys will probably even remember. This is a song from it's a great song. There's an old movie from the 90s or 80s or something like that called The Secret Garden. Classic. The soundtrack for that song, for that soundtrack for that movie. It's all violins and stuff. I love that type of music. It's zen-like for me. It brings a natural smile to my face when otherwise I would just have my normal, like, dulled face. Remember I used to tell you guys that when I was in high school, my teachers used to always say, Michael, are you paying attention? And I'd be like, yeah. It's just my face would always look like this when they're talking because I had no idea what they were saying, right? ADHD. But yeah, so I'm excited. Things are working out pretty well. For me right now with Bitcoin, though, I hate to tell you guys, I just don't think Bitcoin's going to be doing that great. I just, for the next few days, weeks, whatever, I think we're going to be in a consolidation phase. We may bump up a little bit here and there. But when Bitcoin does have that larger, like smackdown, I'm going to be buying up a bunch. Altcoins, a bunch of fun stuff. But as I said before, the things that I'm going to be buying and kind of waiting for this next rally, which I think will happen second half of October, really going into December, I'm really looking forward to most of those tokens that have been having, should be good moves. So the filters are so bad. The filters are so bad nowadays. But I want to buy stuff like over the last 60 to 90 days, let's do 90 days, they've been moving up into a profitable spot, right? So even though MYX Finance is down 19% in the last 7 days, if it goes down 25, 30, 40%, because it's been doing great overall, I'm still going to buy some. Meme Core, I'm going to buy some of that. Ash, I'm going to buy some of that. Story, I'm going to buy some of that. OKB, yes. Pudgy, yes. Mantle, yes, right? I'm be buying a lot of this stuff. And again, mostly everything has been doing very, very well. The things that have not been doing great, right, once you get past the stable coins, Dog with Hat, that's okay. Tau, that's still okay. A few percent here or there. Internet Computer down 10. Fetches down 10 stacks, I'm a little bit more hesitant. Pi is down 56% in the last 90 days. You guys know how much Pi I have, and it's all freaking locked right now? I don't actually use the Pi app anymore because I'm just pissed off with the whole situation. I have 11,000 pi valued at 27 cents, and pi used to be was that like $3? I could have said $3 for 12,000, but they lock it all because of the damn security features and all that type of stuff. I don't know how to describe it. Let me see. Let me go over here very fast. Let me mine. Oh my god, and they have ads on it now. Freaking for shame. Let me pull it up for you guys so I don't have to sound like I'm rambling about pi, which sucks, because yes, it does suck. Mine pi? No. Mainnet? Yeah, I have 300 that's transferable, and I have like 10,500 that's unverifiable. Like, I don't know. Confirm my Pi wallet, all this shit. Yeah, I just, again, if Pi ever goes up to like $5-6, man, I'll be rushing to fill out all that paperwork. I'll be rushing to do it. As of now, man, I don't care about the Pi. I just don't care about the Pi. Anyone using another exchanges besides Blowfin in the USA? Blowfin is good. BYDFi is good. I just started working with Femex, but Femex is outside the United States. And then there's a Syndex, which is pretty good. There's KSEX, which is pretty cheap fees, but that's more of like you really want to do scalping and stuff like that. So I would say Weeks, BYDFi, Blowfin's okay, but BYDFi and Weeks are probably better in my opinion. And then you could probably add in a Syndex in there as well. I don't think LBank is allowed here anymore, but maybe. I think people have been talking, saying they have LBank. It might not just be available for me out here in Washington State. So sometimes I get confused when, it's not national, it's just Washington State having their own regulations and whatnot. But yeah, I would test them all out, do a little bit of demo trading on them before you even put money in there and see how you like the UI. My favorite right now is Weeks, just because they have a token that I've been buying. So you guys know I have that Weeks token here. Right, it's down 2.5%. It's coming down quite a bit now. I'm gonna keep on buying some of it, but I've been looking for exchange tokens for a very long time because they really do make me some good money here. I gotta wait for me to buy a little bit more of this sucker, but it's usually pretty good. Like OKB token, Binance token, all that type of stuff. They have that. I don't think BYDFi has a token, but you may like BYDFi. BYDFi. You may like their UI a little bit better when it comes to trading. I think people do that sometimes. Some people like this over Weeks, which is more like this. Let me actually go to the futures section here. There you go. BYDFi, Weeks. I like darker background, so I prefer Weeks, but from what I've seen with people here, I think they usually like this one. Weeks is more for traders. They got like launches and stuff like that. They get promotions and things like that. But you see there's just more of a host of things you can do on BYDFi. Like you go over here and like one click buy, bank from transfer, sure, whatever. But go over here, announcements, VIP programs, same things. But copy trading, trading bots. I don't use trading bots, but I think they can work out very well. I haven't really taken the time to really take advantage of trading bots and see how accurate they can be. I feel like you need to find somebody that really knows what they're doing and copy their signals, and I think that could work out a little bit. So I have a friend that's been doing some trading bot action. He's been making some money off of it. So maybe I will see if I can copy their trading bots and then just give them to you if possible, or something similar to that than you, with the help of AI, right? And then I can kind of track to see how it's doing for the next few weeks. Then if I see like a couple weeks of good gains, then I feel comfortable enough actually like telling you guys about it. I'll put some money into it myself, like $1,000 or something like that, and then we'll kind of be rocking and rolling and seeing how it's working out. So, and thanks again, Steve. I appreciate the super chat a lot. Can I look at QBTS and IONC? Yes, I sure can. Do you think we're still gonna have a parabolic phenomenon? I do, but I don't expect it to happen until the end of October, going into November, December. And even then, we really got to hope that inflation data is pretty good. This Friday, we're having a PCE inflation come out. It better be good. It better be good. It better be good. And Steve, let me know if you want me to talk about any tokens as well. And thanks, Steve. Keep keeping on. I know. I'm just happy. Oh, look at that. It even had the little message. Does it actually say? Oh, interesting. Let me see if I can refresh that. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, let me put this right here. That way it always like fits on the screen right there. So I appreciate it, man. You don't trust bots? I know that's the hard part, right? And that's why I'm thinking of doing some copy trading with you guys again. But like my copy trades were so different than everybody else's because I don't copy trade as much. Yeah, I just don't do it because again, I don't trade as much as other people. I kind of wait for those swing trades to come along. People didn't like that. They wanted me to be day trading. I compete all day. I'm like, God damn, day trading is a higher risk than just swing trading. I was like, yeah. But anyway, you were talking about Steve. Oh, that was you asking Steve. Oh no, it's Steve M versus Steve K. Okay, there we go. I was getting confused for a second there. QBTS. Let me pull this up. QBTS. Is that a cryptocurrency? QBTS, Steve? Let me know if that's a cryptocurrency. But what I can do is go over here to IO and NQ. I'm guessing you're talking about stocks because the first one I would probably assume it is actually this one right here. Let me pull this up. You're seeing a clear breakout. I'm sure momentum has been good for the last few weeks. Momentum, breakout. All cylinders are going up right there with the breakout structure, with a bullish change of character already there. So this thing's been primed and ready to go for a minute. The only thing you were waiting for really was some type of breakout, and that breakout looks like it came out trend line here. Yeah. Came out the 8th of September here, and ever since then, the momentum has been telling you to buy. I mean, you can see it clear as day right there. Breakout, momentum is good on the weekly chart. Momentum is good. So this was a great catch right there. Now, when you're looking at this, is there an all-time high in the past? No, you are at all-time highs. So what I'd be doing is doing one of two things here, and I'd probably not be looking to scale out just yet. It was down a little bit today. No, it was actually up today. Okay, there we go. Post-market's down a little bit. The simple stuff I do first is just pull up the Fibonacci extensions and just see if anything's actually close to what you're looking for. Resistance up there. We got a little bit more resistance at $85. This is the least important of the two, but I just want to see if it has any history of working. Not enough for me to feel comfortable. It feels like everything is a little bit off there, doesn't it? So let me pull this back a little bit more here. And let's go to the more recent one. Resistance, not much. No, the Fibonacci levels aren't really working out much on this thing at all. Let me go over to the daily chart just to double check it. A little bit, no, not really. Interesting. This thing has a mind of its own, and when it's not obeying the Fibonacci's, that kind of opened some doors up here. All right, so we had this trend line coming up here. Managed to break out way ahead of schedule, actually. What was the news here? So the breakout in quantum networking. Still moving higher. I was going to do a monthly chart, but let's just go to the weeklies. Let's put on a pitchfork here, and I just want to see what's going on here. There we go. See, something makes sense finally. A little bit there. No, not even really. It's a little bit, but not enough. Not really enough. Is this the modded shift right here too? It is the modified shift. Yeah. Yeah, it might have a little bit more resistance up here on $89, but let me pull this out a little bit more. Original. Everything is just a tad off, and I don't even like being a tad off. Ah, there we go. This one looks a little bit better. A little bit, okay. So just the regular shift one seems better. But your next level after that really is up here on $77. So you're getting closer to that next resistance. It managed to blow through the last one, so I'm not saying you got to sell. I would probably start scaling out a little bit, but let me add on. No, it's not going to let me add on another one here. Yeah, this thing is pretty maxed out. Am I really just not looking at the right one? So let me pull this one back. Let me see if the newer one has a little bit better juice in here. This matches with one of the other ones from the first modded shift. So I'd probably say I'd start scaling out around $85 to $95. I would wait until it gets to the 80s though, for sure. This thing has been moving up already. Has a nice move coming. It's had a nice move, excuse me. I don't think we have... Okay, if you're concerned that PCE data may be terrible this Friday, it might be worth selling off a tiny bit of this. Last time I checked with this company, I believe it had... Where is it? Yeah, it currently has a little bit of debt and the income is non-existent. So yes, you can scale out a little bit earlier than probably even $90. Maybe stick to the 80s. You might start scaling out. You can see the breakout we were talking about there. The money has not been great. They said they had the breakthrough, so hopefully during the next earnings call, they will say that, oh yeah, we had a great breakthrough, we're making a lot more money. But this was back in February, I think it was. It was a minute ago since we've last talked about this company in terms of fundamental analysis. So we took this company and I believe Quantum, and we plugged this information into ChatGPT. So board of advisors jobs, are they still hiring people right now? Let me see. View open positions. Yeah, they got a bunch of positions open. Architecture, stuff like that. Department, office. Nothing in Seattle. Damn, remote. Remote's where you want to be. Now, let me go back over here. Where are the investors, though? There is no investor relations part right here, which is confusing. Gotta bypass it since they're hiding it from us. SEC filings. Man, sometimes I think I need reader glasses. Let me just this. It's been old enough now. Can you break down IOQ's earnings report? All right. I feel like this is just a lot of fluff. Please break it down deeper, but focus on the main points and then make a concise, I'm not spelling anything right, summary of the data. It'll know what I meant. So reported $20 million, beat expectations by around $17 million. Guidance for Q3 was $25 to $29 million. In full year 2025, they only expect to make $82 to $100 million. That's profit, I guess. That's revenue, not profit. Net loss is $177 million. Adjusted EBITDA is 36.5. Cash position is at the end of Q2, they had around $700 million worth of cash. After July equity raise, $1.6 billion of liquidity. So, okay. Strong runway by the cost of dilution. Okay. So revenue is beating expectations and guidance is bullish, positive sign. Loss is still burning a lot of cash. Profitability is nowhere near. Cash cushion, a massive capital raise, safety net, but heavy shareholder dilution. Okay. Strategy, acquisition, broaden ion queues, tech base and market reach, but integration risk is real. And then stock dynamics, market rewards growth, but beats punishing big losses. EPS miss equals short-term drag. Long-term thesis still intact if milestones are met. Yeah, I would scale out bit by bit, but once you start seeing earnings come along, you might be a little bit more hesitant to do that. So you might want to sell well before the earnings comes along. Earnings haven't been terrible though. Earnings here managed to go up a little bit for that week before having a nasty move down. Earnings after this came down. Earnings after this went up. Even on the bad earnings, I think it's just the guidance has been good despite the bad earnings. And you can see the volatility. You may not think it, but look at this. That was a 70% move down. That's basically a cryptocurrency right there. That's basically a cryptocurrency. QBTS. Quantum Wave. I have these in my retirement account, but I never look at them because I don't want to sell them. Specifically this one. D-Wave Quantum 27. Because when Quantum teams up with AI, it's going to be some scary stuff. This must have been a SPAC back in the day. Look at that flat line right there. Yeah, it's still launching. The only thing about these is when one of them goes down, they're all going to be going down, so just be aware of that. But this thing is still relatively cheap, so this is much more of a long-term thing. Momentum has been strong on this one for the last few weeks. What is it? Right over here. So this is a buy signal over there. Last buy signal came in way back over here in May, and of course that's been working out for you, obviously. This one didn't work out too well, but I guess momentum, yeah, kind of choppy right there, wasn't it? And no real breakout. The no breakout was the hard thing here. You're not going to really buy that candle right before the breakout, but I think this thing is worth it. Earnings have been all over the place. Sorry, my head's blocking part of the earnings here. Let me see if I can squeeze this up a little bit. You can see earnings have been all over the place there. They're not making any money. So I think they're still worth holding and, like, you know, buying and stuff like that. But you just got to understand they're going to be volatile for a minute, and when they start to crash, just scale out, and you'll be very happy with the results. Very happy with the results. And thank you for the $2 super chat again, man. I appreciate both of you, Steves. I appreciate both of you guys there. I DC automatically, then buy the dips. Oh yeah, you're good then. You're good. Can I check Ponks? Will go down 30%. If Bitcoin breaks down below the 20-week moving average, Ponk is definitely going to go down more than 13%. Yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath for a while for cryptocurrencies, for altcoins. Again, we'll have to see if this week is a nasty week. We could still bounce off. Technicals say we're going to break down, but I'm not selling. I'm basically just waiting to buy more. All right. The money flow for probably the one we were talking about here. Let me just pull it up over here, GBT. If it lets me, there you go. What is the money flow? Let me see. On money flows, I know we talked about it a little bit, but I just want to see if there's anything else. It says with 1.6 billion, they can cover 40 quarters or about 10 years at their current burn rate, though burn likely rises with acquisitions. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Give it some time, but there's only so many stocks out there that are really making moves, right? Remember, I have that Yahoo. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Yahoo Finance. Remember, I have this Yahoo portfolio I made, and I'm going to hold it for a while. But these AI stocks have been going all over the place. This is my portfolio for 2026. Basically, going to be holding and seeing what happens. Disney hikes prices for 4th straight year amid camel fallout. Damn, Disney is brutal over there. I don't do stuff like that. Oh, ASTS is up a lot today. It's up 12%. Look at that. $54. I had a friend load up on this thing at crash, and now it's back up doing great. Wow. Okay, so let's go over here. Oh, no. How to... hold on a second here. I'm not entirely sure my Yahoo password. I got like 4 Yahoo accounts. Yahoo is back when I was in high school. This is what I used, Yahoo. But my Google account tries to hijack my Yahoo account, which never ends well. Okay, let me see. God, it's asking for text messages and stuff like that. Codes and codes and codes. And watch this be the wrong account. Damn, I never realized how slow Yahoo is as a website, though. Okay, we're just going to skip it. We're going to go back to Yahoo Finance, and I'll share with you some of the tokens, because I saw one of the, not tokens, one of the stocks I have. Oh, it logged in? Let's see. All portfolios, my watch list. No, it's the wrong one. Sign in. I hate Yahoo with a burning passion now. My brain doesn't like slowdowns and productivity. We'll try this one. Not a robot. Nope, it's the wrong password. Okay, whatever. We're going to skip all that stuff. But if I go back to Yahoo here, back to Yahoo Finance. So I can see the things I've looked at here. But Big Bear AI, this is one of the ones we've talked about. It's up 12% today. But like last 6 months, remember I bought it over here. I'm basically back to profitable. So I'm back to profitable that one. AI 3, this one's been horrible for me so far. Last 6 months, had a nasty drop. I think I bought it back in July. It's come down from like 25 bucks to 18. It's coming back up a little bit, but it has not been great for me. Upstart Holdings, how's this one been doing? 6 months. This one's not doing terrible. It's coming back down a little bit, but not terrible. These are all really small market caps and things like that. There's a few other ones here, but ASTS. One of my friends bought this at crash and he sold right out of it. I'm happy this thing is going back up. This thing is spiking out of control here. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Well, if I see my friend later on this week, I'll be like, ha 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 ha. That thing you sold out of all of a sudden rocketed back up there. What was interesting about the ASTS thing was the weekly chart got bearish for a second, and it just started to dump that following week because everybody's looking at that same momentum, right? Dumped. Now we're coming back up here. This is another hidden gem that I've known about for a minute. I haven't really been in this one as much though. This one just seems kind of chaotic, but it's all of a sudden it's starting to make some moves. This is why I tell people, like, don't be afraid to invest in some of those companies that don't have a lot of revenue. You just got to make sure they're having some type of growth. What I want to see is maybe what I'll do one day is I will do a prompt on ChatGPT about buying different stocks and stuff like that, and we'll plug in some of our favorite stocks that have been performing well. So like the quantum stocks we just talked about, ASTS, Big Bear, and we'll try to find other stocks that kind of work around them that maybe haven't popped off yet, and then we can toss some money at them and see what kind of goes along with them. We'll see if they kind of rocket ship up a little bit later on. I think that might be kind of fun, because when I see something like this with ASTS, and I know this thing is a very niche type of thing, but maybe there's something around the ecosystem that hasn't popped off yet, and when people start to think this thing is overvalued, they're looking for a little bit more value out there, they're going to go out and look for one of those small things, and all of a sudden, once the hedge funds grapple onto it, boom, 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 before it kind of shows up on all of our radars, we can try to use AI to give us a little bit more of a pop, right? Big Bear is up because Wall Street Bets got word a Tether bought in 2 weeks ago. Oh, must have been watching one of my videos. But okay, buddy, I'm going to call it a day here. I will see you guys tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm aiming for a 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock stream, and we'll see how that works out. No, 3:30 to 5:30 stream. Excuse me, 3:30 to 5:30 streams. I got a meeting that ends at 3. And then after that, guys, Friday, I am taking the day off because I'm having my birthday party that day. Monday is my birthday, so I'm taking that day off. And so I will be streaming with you guys for, I want to say, a few hours Saturday. Sunday, I'll probably take it off because I know I'm lazy in that regard. But yeah, we'll be doing some more talking and stuff like that. The big thing is, can Bitcoin hold the 20-week moving average? If we can hold, we're going to get things are going to get a lot better, guys. I promise, a lot better. If we do not, it's going to be another 3 to 4 weeks of choppiness that's going to just kill us on the inside, and then we're going to be going boom, boom, boom up to the heavens. But it's still going to take some time, okay? So I enjoyed talking with you guys about stocks and stuff, so we're going to keep on doing it. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys a little bit later on tomorrow. Thanks.